Okay, Martin Hyde.
Sitting comfortably. There you go. Good afternoon, Mayor, Vice Mayor. My name obviously is Martin Hyde. A couple of interesting things before I get into the meat of this. You know, Breckenridge has a population of 4,928. Let's just be clear about that. Breckenridge's annual budget last year was 13% of what our annual budget is. So we're talking facts, and we talked a lot of shaggy dog stories there. That's one important one. The feeling of deja vu is because we've had this conversation over and over again. As recently as this exact time last year, city staff who live in the cocooned world of government salaries continue, though, to dust off this same shaggy dog story of this being good for business year after year. So let me, as an actual business person, explain why they're wrong. Seeing as parking is finite in terms of the actual numbers of spaces, the assertion is one of turnover, based on the fact that people won't stay longer if they're paying. That's possibly true, which conversely means that cost is a consideration for consumers, which we all knew anyway. It is a regressive tax, which those of you that claim to be progressive on the Commission should understand, in that it impacts lower income users more significantly than higher income users, as the price is the same for both, but proportionately greater for lower incomes. It hurts lower price point retailers much harder than higher end, as $2 on a $6 coffee and muffin is a 33% hike in cost, where $4 on a $200 meal is only 2%. We've had statistically 7 positive years in a row economically, albeit with somewhat economic growth, until late 2016. What is more probable than not is that the economy will take a pause at some point in the next couple of years, which is also known as a recession. In a downturn, businesses can't afford to deter anyone from frequenting their establishments, and charging any kind of additional fee would be a deterrent. Perhaps, though, the most conclusive evidence that paid parking affects businesses negatively is the aggressive insistence by St. Armand's retailers that the playing field be leveled by downtown having paid parking to match theirs. By definition, what they're saying very loudly is that parking meters will affect people's choice of where to frequent. Their mistake is assuming that if downtown and St. Armand's both get screwed, they won't lose any custom. What will happen if this becomes the case is that some people will go to UTC instead. Even a 5% loss in top-line sales translates into a 30% reduction in bottom-line profits, as overhead stays the same. These are simple business truths from someone who's run businesses on both sides of the Atlantic for over 34 years. I get why bureaucrats with no comparable track record might think differently. The difference is they'd like it to be different. I know it's not. A vote for this is a vote not to be a city commissioner after the next election. Thank you.
Adrian Moore.